So my wife and I are here. We're gonna hike up to that spot right up there, which I have called a lava dike. I'm pretty sure it is. And who knows, people will probably tell me I'm an idiot and that it's not. But to me that's a lava dike and I'm gonna go check it out. So I'm all decked out. Got a firearm, which, you know, in case we've got like snake attacks. A bucket.
You could drop something.
And just my shovel. There we go. And then we've got my rock pick. Or rock hammer, whatever. Do I look dorky enough?
Yes. We're ready.
I am ready.
Okay.
Alright.
Let's do this.
Let's go. Okay.
Let's do this.
Is that the eagle at the eagle's nest, or is that some other bird taking advantage? Oh, that's an eagle. So I'm gonna try to zoom in a bit. Boy, I cannot hold the camera steady when it's zoomed in. So that's the eagle's nest, and there's a bald eagle. We'll see how close we can get before he goes flying off. I'll try to zoom in just a little bit more, where I can keep myself steady. I doubt he'll care much about us, because a lot of people come here. He's used to him. Oh, there he goes, flying. Let's see if I can, nope. Oh, you think there's some babies up? Oh, yeah. There's some babies up in the nest. Aww. That's awesome. So the mom probably just like flew down to keep our attention off of the nest. Or to get some fish or something. I forget where it is, but oh, isn't it? It's down around Kent. There's a what is that area called? It begins with a D.
The mines?
Might be, but it's where the landfill pit is, and the bald eagles have become such a big problem out there that they have to use like fireworks to scare them off, because the bald eagles are picking through the trash and grabbing stuff and dropping them into people's yards, and so they're constantly having like all this junk falling out of the sky on them. I mean, that's I would not want to be living there and dealing with that and being angry at, oh wow. I thought it was more like curved, but it's nice translucent. Yeah. When stuff to walk on, and I'll probably start recording when we get further up, where you can see that little road up there. We're not going to go that way. That's the way we went last time. I think we're going to try to go on another trail here that goes out this way and then cuts up, and I think we might be able to venture up to, I'll zoom specifically in on it. I want to get up there. So that's above decent sized cliff. But I mean, those pieces of igneous rock. I mean, it looks like a dike. I mean, they're like just vertical walls. So I'm positive that's what it is. The way they stick up out of nowhere from the rest of the area. And if you zoom out, then you can see, you know, that cliff, that's quite a bit up there. And then I was examining this light colored rock the last time. There. And it's more of like a diatomicous earth. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But you can see more of that in the hillside there. Some of it actually could be, you know, formed chert or agate or jasper. Yeah, it's all intermixed. Okay. So this is that lava dike. We are like 100 yards away from it. Hell yeah.
Birds up here.
So now we're just
Trying to not die.
yeah. If we get up there though, man, we can get in that shade. It's gonna feel so good. Man, so crazy to be up in this area. I mean, people they don't travel up here very much, so that's got to be moss covering some rock there. Little pellets.
Lots of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's deer or rabbit.
Yeah, it could be rabbit. Remember, there's mice at the columns at Frenchman Coulee. There's rat droppings everywhere, and then or not rat, but mouse, and then I ended up seeing a couple of them. Okay, so I made it up to what I thought was a lava dike. I don't know if this is called a sill, but what I could tell this is, it's where lava was shooting up out of the ground like a fountain and forming not quite pumice, but you could just see how vesiculated this basalt is. And what you could tell here is here's like a giant mass. You can see this arch. There's a little cave. There could be a snake up in there. Yeah, so want to be careful where you put your hands. There's another hole right there, but you can see this arch and see how it follows up. But then it comes down over there and it's like these big blobs. And so you can tell this happened in layers, like, you know, just these big globule layers of lava flying, you know, who knows how high up into the air. And you can see like that ominous piece. I mean, it weighs a few 100 pounds. So I definitely would not want that breaking off and hit me. But it's just amazing to see this arch formation, which I don't know how well I can get that. But this would have been like the outer crust, or most likely it was where more lava plopped down on top of this cooled globule. Man, oh wow, that's loose. So yeah, you got all kinds of stuff that can live up in there, but I'm not going to do too much of that. yeah, all this stuff, it almost sounds hollow. Basalt, like pretty much any form of basalt just has a really odd tone to it. The column basalt, it all has the same distinct like ting sound when you hit it. But yeah, you could tell, I mean, this is definitely stuff that was like shooting up in the air and then falling down on here. And this could just be more the solid center mass of lava where it was free to come out of the earth. And that's why when you get into the deeper layers, you don't see as many bubbles. So that's what I get from it. I'm not a professional geologist by any means, but I first learned about these masses from watching videos by Nick Zettner. He works at Washington Central Washington University. He's just an amazing guy, and I strongly advise you to check out his videos. He's doing live streams pretty much daily during the COVID pandemic to educate, to give people some form of entertainment, educating entertainment while they're stuck at home during the stay-at-home orders. But yeah, these things are just amazing to see up close and to know enough about the history for here just from reading and watching videos by people who know a lot more about this stuff than I do. I'm able to just have a little more insight, and I'm more inspired, more in awe over what I see. And the lichen is also very beautiful. I think I left my UV light down in the car. It might be in my backpack, but that stuff will glow so bright. It's, the orange stuff too. So the orange lichen, this yellow lichen, it's very fluorescent under UV light. But I'm gonna see if I can help my wife get up here. She stayed down here because it gets fairly steep, and heights is something bothers her more than it does me. I find that with most people. So anyhow, I'm just gonna do a quick little pan out, and then I'm gonna go get my wife and let her experience what it's like up here. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave my stuff right here for a little bit in the shade, and I'm gonna just climb up through the rocks here a little bit. I think it'll be easier if I don't have my pack on and everything. But just looking at all the different, it's all just varying degrees of, this is the basalt you find, the columnar basalt. This is, I believe, the scoria. I think it's a silverfish. That's funny. Or maybe that's a firebrat. Firebrats and silverfish look pretty much identical, but normally you find them inside your house eating your books and anything with starch. But yeah, this is a nice iron stained piece of scoria. And I keep having skarn come into my mind. So I don't remember if any of this type of material is skarn. But man, just the varying types of basalt just in this spot. This just tells me, this had to have been like a sill, or, like I was thinking, the lava dike, just the angle. It's like you can see these layers and all this uplift, and that's a really interesting piece right here. That's as if it was a fairly cool piece, and the varying other rock types were pushing up against it. And I don't know, all the colors look different when I've got my sunglasses on. They're polarized, so I don't know if the colors are going to stand out like they are to me personally, but this is definitely intriguing. I mean, I could probably get like a little sample. I've got my rock hammer as well, but yeah, look at all that yellow. That's limonite or limonite. It's basically an iron oxide hydroxide. You'll hear people call it yellow iron oxide, but there's no actual yellow iron oxide. It's either black or red, depending on the microscopic structure of it. You'll get hues of blue that stand out, and that's why you get like, you know, iron blue, like the bluing of gun barrels, and but it's just rust, and if you build up enough layers of it, it's gonna start to turn red. This stuff is just, you can see the vesicles, but then like these lines, some of it appears to be conchoidal fracture, but that's not. This is really fascinating to me. So I don't know, maybe I should get my bucket. Oh, lovely. Oh, that's trying to climb inside there. I'm allergic to those little bastards. My wife's got my EpiPen. See, I'm looking, but it's really smooth. But that piece right there, that is just really intriguing me, and I'm gonna have to collect it. It's just so much different. And I know there's a lot of stuff that's broke free that I can just grab, but I don't see anything like this piece. So I'm gonna go grab my bucket, and hopefully I don't smash my camera and my YouTube career, because my phone has a busted out lens. Oh, that's right, I've got that attached too. I don't know, maybe I should just grab my whole backpack. I have no idea if that's gonna even work. I don't want to be at too much of an angle. So, yeah, there's some of this like blue material here. Let's stick that in my bucket. And then hopefully I can just pry this free. And when you're using a rock hammer, if you're new, you think that that's a pick. But you're not supposed to use this for picking, because it will shatter the steel into fragments. And wow, there's a lot of that fine sand in there too. I'll keep it so I can look under the microscope at that. Wow, man, this blue stuff is, I mean, I see a lot of this stuff where we normally rock hound, but it's like, it just seems so much more blue up here. And we're gonna venture up a little bit more. Now, this stuff is gonna be very, very, oh man, stupid yellow jacket. Yeah, this stuff is incredibly loose. So, I'm gonna use my left hand. Always make contact before moving on. Look at this. Oh, I gotta turn my viewfinder around. Yeah, if you look at this material, it's like all bubbly and rounded, and then you get this stuff that's a lot different. And here's like a vesicle Here's some vesicles that actually look like they might have some zeolite formations. So I could take a sample of that. But that's definitely, that's either some zeolite that crystallized out or replacement mineral. I don't know. I don't think I want to disturb this rock face too much. Because that's a hell of a lot of rock above me. But look at that. That's like... I'm going to end up filming my own death. Like, doing something like that. Yeah, all this rock is very, very, very fragile. So, I'm just going to make solid contact. It almost looks like shale. Take my sunglasses off. Yeah, this rock, I just touch it and it moves. But man, you can see how the bubbles get larger, or it just gets more thick with bubbles. You can see like veins, like, let me, you can see like where bubbles were actually traveling up and then leaving like tubules. This stuff in here, that's amazing. It's so much different. Like right here, you've got the scoria. Here you've got what used to be like a blob that had an exposed surface, and then more of this stuff came down out of a fountain of lava. And yeah. So I'm sliding. Get my hammer again. Throw it up there. This way I've got better contact. Now I understand the draw of a GoPro. Oh. Yeah, this stuff is so loose. Man, I'm gonna have to get up here. Wow. Look at that. And my wife, she's a little bit disappointed she couldn't make it up here. Just because of the heights and the loose soil. It was just too much anxiety for her, and I totally understand. And she told me to just go on up, and so part of me filming as much as I can up here, just so that she'll be able to see exactly what it is that made it worth my time to continue venturing up. And you know, I'm able to share this video with her just as much as the community that's watching my video. I appreciate it if you guys are. Yeah, it's the coloring. I just don't know how well that's going to pick up, but man, you can see the iron banding. And I mean, that's pretty solid stuff. You've got like this stuff here too. And then I'm going to get down lower because I saw some interesting coloration. Man. So I wonder, some of this rock, it has to have been like a higher temperature melting material that came up into the dike, because the dike is just, you know, that it's more like a solid material. It's getting just pushed up by all the liquid magma below. and then it forms a crack, and it's like a wall. That's what the dike is. It's just a wall of old lava. And but yeah, you get this material here, and I mean, there are so many different minerals. I mean, the fact that there's so many different colors, you know, there's a lot of different iron compounds that, you know, will give off various hues. And then there's other rare elements that give off a lot of different colors because of different oxidation states. The main one alongside iron is going to be manganese. And so most of the time you're going to come across pink. And at least in nature, you're going to come across a lot of pink, dark brown, almost black coloration from manganese. But man, this stuff, I mean, just such a variety of colors. And then there's that rock right there. I'd like to get a sample of that, but wow, that's so blue. Yeah, this had to have been like a fumarole or just something similar to like a kimberlite pipe. And oh man, the rocks are definitely it's just amazing. There's quite a bit more to explore if you're into hiking. It'd be nice to be out on a cooler day. But just to give an appreciation of how high up I am. You can see my wife down there. She'll try not to freak out if she sees me up here. And I have I don't know if there's any like label to it, but I've got like a very unnatural non-fear of heights. Because I've fallen off cliff faces before. I think the furthest I've fallen was 40 feet. I hurt my ankle pretty bad. And if I recall, I hurt my arm too, but I didn't break anything. But I had to crawl about 1.5 miles through the woods to get back to my car. I think I was only 16 or 17 at the time. And but I've been on a lot of high ledges. You know, I've been on the Grand Canyon and looked, I don't know how far down it was. You know, we were thinking a couple thousand feet. I mean, it was so high up. And I can just stand like right on the ledge, and I don't have any problem with that. A lot of other people I know get vertigo, and I've experienced vertigo symptoms just from, you know, because my air canals were filled with fluid or whatever from a bad cold. But yeah, this is just, I know it all seems like this ugly rock. But when you think back, oh, there's a big spider in there. I'm trying to zoom in on that little guy. That's I don't know what kind of spider that is. Or is that a beetle maybe? Alright, so it was a grueling trek down from the dike, and Didn't record any of that. You can thank me later. I was definitely mouth breathing pretty hard. And it seemed like my wife was doing a lot better than me. I was quite overheated. I drank all my water. And it's 104 degrees on top of the dike, and I guess on it, like around it, like that's what my thermometer I can't talk. My thermometer stated it was 104 degrees up on top of the dike there. Yeah, I'd forgotten that I even had that thermometer until I went to stick my camera away and get back down to my wife. It was very, very hot, and I think I stated earlier in the video that I don't do great in hot climates. Wow. It sucks people vandalize it, but it's like I think I can see some of the layers, like where the agate and the jasper's coming from. That's why eventually someday I'd like to get out and try to get a sample, you know, from some of these spots, but not right now. It's also kind of hard to tell.